Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's Thursday night. You heard it, Thursday night, May the 29th, 2025, man. Glad to be here, man. But before we do all the other stuff to take care of some business, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the button, I should say, and get all the wonderful notifications anytime that we drop some content, man. So we out here in these sports content creator streets, man, make it do what it do, man. So we're happy to be here tonight. Also on the podcast side, those that are listening to the sound of my voice, you give us that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star review. I got a good shoulder again now. It's doing good. 5-star review, man. Let's meet the crew. D-Dubs, what's up tonight? What's going on, bro? How are you tonight?
It's over now. It's over now.
Which verse are you singing?
I don't know. Who sung that?
A bunch of people. 112?
112. It's over. Yeah, it's over. 112. It's over now.
What they say? What are the numbers in those pockets?
Yeah, man. Please, man. I'm not even gonna do it to myself tonight.
What are the losses in your pocket?
Yeah. It's gonna be a cruel summer, kid. I'm going back to my girls over there. What's the white girl's name? I forget the name.
80 yard.
Yeah.
DA, what's up, man? How are you tonight, sir? What's going on?
Cruel summer.
But surely we are in the building. Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, like D. Look, I'm not mad, man. When you're supposed to lose and you lose, I'm not mad at you, man.
Oh no.
I'm only mad when you're supposed to win and you lose. And we're New York fans, so we only gonna give you half a cup of anything. So
yeah, you see, I put down the Knicks hat and got the Yankees. Yankees on top of the American League East.
yeah. I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad at the Knicks, man. The team is still they older than a lot of those younger teams that's out there. But they still can make some moves, man. Oh,
speaking of youth and older, Kev, you got that bomb for me?
I got that bomb for you right now.
Yeah, drop that bomb for them young cats.
Here you go.
No, Kev cannot drop the bomb without doing the voice. I'm sorry.
Yo, New York City. Let me tell you, New York City.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
It's going down tonight.
The bomb is for the NBA getting out all them old cats. We ain't talking about them old cats.
Hold on,
we got them out of there. Yeah, get them out of here. It's SGA time. That's what timeline we on right now. SGA, it's Haliburton, it's the young cats. Let them do their thing, man. I'm loving it though.
Listen, I'm so glad you said that. Because these playoffs have been really good. And I've been very critical of the NBA this year. I've been on record. I talked to DA yesterday. Me and was on the phone. And DA, what I've been saying all year, if y'all would play defense and y'all would compete.
Yeah, Kev been saying the same thing for years.
I promise you.
I'm down with you.
I'm down with you.
Yeah, I'm down with you.
I'll shut up.
And I'll show up.
I'll shut up and show out. Yeah.
I'll shut. Yes. Shut up and show up.
Yeah.
But when you don't, that's it. That's the criticism. And that's from all the old heads that y'all claim that, y'all criticize, Listen, put a productive and a product on the field, on the court, and I promise you, people will come.
Here where the funky thing comes. They're going to turn around because they did it this year and say, yo, we've been doing this. No.
Lies.
Lies.
And I thought about this tonight, DA. You probably going to see, because I believe Indiana's going to wrap this up tonight. I think they're going to pack the Knicks up tonight and get them out of here. And we'll start the finals on Thursday next week. But here's what I think, man. That this running gun style, man, this is going to be the passing of the torch, and now you're going to see the NBA start to look like what they looking at. What they looking at between OKC, what OKC is doing. They're going these teams are going to start mimicking what they saying. It's going to be a running gun style.
But see, the problem with that, D, is that
but I'm just saying, it happens. They mimic, they copy.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens is, right, so when people try to copy Golden State, but they didn't have the same shooters, right? Don't work. The reason why that running gun style for them and Indiana work is because they both play defense. They get a lot of steals. They get a lot of steals.
Yes.
Which a lot of runaway dunks and layups.
Which is going to hurt the Knicks tonight. But go ahead. Because they keep on turning over the ball.
Yeah, but a lot of teams don't play that defense to generate that. I would say maybe, first off, there's a few teams that are young enough to do it, but they don't play the defense to do it, right? So you got
they lacking something. Like Minnesota.
Houston is close. Minnesota got their problem. And this is funny because when he first got in the league, he got, defensive player of the year. But the problem with them is the stifle tower. Because he has to stay back and he makes them play zone because they don't have nobody else to go out there so they can match up man to man on SGA and them. So while he's sitting back in the zone, them dudes just go to the foul line. Hardenstein got a little push shot. They got the little turnaround jumper. But this is like for basketball folks. So if you're not like a basketball head, I know it's going to sound a little crazy, but that's always been the weakness of the 2-3 zone is that the foul line is open. Unless you're playing that 2-3 matchup that they used to do in Syracuse, but I guess they don't do that here. They don't know. Maybe they don't know how they're going to get Jimmy Boeheim in there. I'm not necessarily sure, but whenever Minnesota went to that 2-3, it was a wrap, and then they got to the point where they feel, well, it's easier for us to do that because we can't guard them man for man. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a center that's moving around, Hardenstein or Chet. They got big dudes moving around, and we don't have a dude that does that. So we got to stay in the middle because we can't guard either one of them anyway, right? Because
you said you talking about the Knicks?
No, I'm talking about the what you call them? Minnesota couldn't guard OKC.
Okay,
they couldn't guard Chet or Hardenstein.
That 7'1" is a problem, man.
Yes, especially a moving 7.1 that can put it on the ground
and can shoot.
Yeah, it's hard for Rudy Gobert to guard those guys. You know what I'm saying? So that blew them out the water. For the Knicks, we just don't have enough players. And I am not mad. My man said yesterday, sent it to me that what's old boy's name, man? Hold on, let me check my phone now. What's old boy's name? I got you. Oh, Jeff Teague said, Jeff Teague said that Brunson's style of play hurts what the Knicks want to do. So meaning to say that they got 4 dudes on the court that are better at doing one thing, right? Going quick, driving to the basket. And then they got one dude that's not as good as doing those things, but he's good at dribbling the ball for 18 seconds and then getting the shot. So
which led me to my question to you earlier today, right? What did I say to you? I said, why can't the Knicks mimic and find some way to do a triangle offense to move this ball around? Because you got these wing players, you got so everybody needs to touch the ball, but the problem is Brunson is holding on to the ball, pounding the rock.
Well, it's you would think about it and say, we don't think there's a problem, right? So if we go into the park, we're gonna do what we gotta do to win, right?
Yeah,
when you playing Brunson X amount of dollars to dribble the ball and do that, it's a little hard sell for him. Because at some point in time, then it'll become the way that offense is, from my understanding, the way it's set up, OG or Mikal Bridges would be the guy. Because it's meant for the 2 guard or the 3 to be the scorers. So then at one point, now he's saying, dang, we paying Brunson all this money to not score. Because the way that offense is set up.
But then he's getting exposed on the defensive side of the ball as well.
He was getting exposed on the defensive Dallas.
And now he's looking like Luka.
Yo, Luka lost some weight, dog. You see him later?
That's what they said. We don't know.
That could be superimposed. I don't believe it till we see it on the court.
There you go. Exactly.
They did that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Luka lost weight. He running up and down the stairs.
He got to know pierogies and them cigarettes, and that was it for him. So
he's still drinking Guinness Stout, whatever the German beer, lager, or whatever.
He's doing it all. You know. So we don't care how you look off the field. At least if it's basketball, we only care what you look like on the court. I don't. But you know what I'm saying, Kev? Like I'm not.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kev. We stole the thunder there.
You're good. I'm just saying. Shout out to all those that, and I gave them a name. The sideline scroll chat. Shout out to all those.
Yeah.
The sideline babies.
Sideline scrollers.
Yeah.
On the Motorollas. On the Motorollas.
Yo, shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with us tonight, man. Like I said, we got a fun-filled packed show. We on it, and I'm with you, D-Dubs. Yo, I am so glad. Like I said, these playoffs have been really good, and it absolutely has given some exposure to our younger. This is what I don't want to hear.
Don't. I know what you're gonna say. Yeah. Because we know where it's going.
Oh my God! It's two small market teams. What is the NBA gonna do?
You want to hear this one?
Go ahead.
I'm ready for it. It's not. The NBA is so much a better place when the Lakers are in it. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of it.
Listen,
nope.
If you don't like it, turn it to F off. If you got that much of a problem with
that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, with Indiana. Yeah, you got a problem with Indiana.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Watch something else.
If you're a basketball head, you're going to watch. Time out for the casuals. You know what? If you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch. This is not the Washington Generals and the Harlem Globetrotters.
Right.
Look, man, they got Star Trek is on all night.
Star Trek channel. There's a Power channel.
Yeah, you watch all that foolishness.
Yeah, you watch all of that.
Hey, don't forget Law and Order.
Law and Order all night long.
Yeah, all night. So
you feel me?
Lenny Briscoe, shout out to Lenny.
Lenny Briscoe. God bless you, boy.
God bless the dead, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm just saying, you ain't got to watch it, and but this is definitely. Listen. Reality is, it's been better basketball than it's been the last 10 years.
It has.
It definitely has, dog.
And we can all pick out a game from this playoff series from this year that's better than every game of another year. So, that's all. That's all. I mean, how many guys is open layups, in other series and other years, and nah, man, you haven't seen any defense like this since I would say probably the last iteration of the Pistons that run with Ben Wallace and Chauncey and those guys. You haven't seen defense like this, and these dudes, if they are not just athletic, they study the game because they can tell when Ant-Man gets to this side, they're going to trap him. They're going to know where he's going to pass the ball to. They're going to give him a spot where he thinks he can pass it to. And he's going to pass it, and they're going to pick it off, and it's going to be a layup. They did it 30 times this series. Right. So it doesn't just mean that, Ant-Man's not stupid. There's just nowhere else to go with the ball. And
he just can't. He just can't, man.
Can't,
man.
Yeah. I think he had a good game yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes out there, yo. Shout out to all these creative meme writers, and it's been funny. I appreciate all of it,
right?
But listen, the game, and I know it's not the NBA segment, but the game got away from them. Way away from them. First, it wasn't even a game. It was not even a game.
Yes,
but they did get it back. So I only lost by 2. So
yeah,
like I said,
let me.
No, who lost by 2? No, that game was a blowout last night.
Yeah, that game was a blowout, D.
Yeah,
maybe I woke up looking at the rankings.
Yeah. You was
What
watching.
was the final score?
You was watching Carolina and the Panthers. That was about 2.
I don't know. No,
you was watching hockey, bro.
No, actually, you're right because I turned the game off. It was 22-9 or something, 26-9.
Yeah, 29, 26-9. The game was over. It was over. They did not even come to play.
I think.
And if the Knicks, please, if you're gonna play the game, I know you're gonna lose tonight, but if you're gonna at least show up, man, just do that. Just die on the sword, but show up.
Those cats in Minnesota was already on the plane. They had
robots. They was packed. Yeah. They was already packed.
Yeah, they was in Cancun for real. They had their tickets.
We didn't even have to pack them up. They was like, oh no.
Oh no, we got you.
We took care of this.
We already checked in. We checked in early. We got American Airlines. I'm
already going.
We already checked. Yeah. We just need a little tag. We just need a tag.
Yeah, I'm going straight from here to OKC to Cancun. Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hey, new thing that we're doing tonight, man. As y'all can see, it's scrolling at the very bottom here of the ticker of our ticker, man. Yo, we're gonna give away something tonight. We're gonna have a trivia tonight, and I'll be announcing it. I will let you know, and as you can see, I'll ask the question, and whoever's the first person to answer the question via email correctly. Don't be the first one.
The first one answers is wrong.
You don't count.
Yeah, he said,
I answered. It was wrong, but I answered.
Wrong, strong and wrong.
You out.
It's gotta be. You gotta be the first one. And it's got to be the right answers or answers. Answer. So one never knows, and I will let you know. I'll give you some kind of inkling over here. Not the bomb, because the bomb is for something else. But I'll let you know when I'm coming up with the trivia question. But we want to give some giveaways, man. Let y'all know to the supporters, man. So
and we appreciate you guys for
appreciate those that's in the chat, man. Go ahead, D. You have something? No, I thought. DA, you had something.
Oh yeah, I know because I raised my hand. I'm sorry, man.
Okay. Well, let's go to the news here. Let's go to the news. And we probably didn't get in front of this last week. D Dub said something about last week, but it's at the very end. But I'm gonna give it. We want to circle back to it here. Oh, D Dubs.
Yeah.
Could you just let it's been 4 weeks in a row, man. 4 weeks in a row. Shout out to all of those in those YouTube streets and
about the reading part.
About my reading part, bro. Yo, bro, they've been on me. I can't. It's not 17 minutes in, man. They've been on my behind about reading stuff, and I was like, yo, what? Yo, I thought I was reading. Bro.
I asked whatever Kev went to.
Hey man,
PS 118, kid. PS 118.
Hey, the Brooklyn schools ain't worth a damn, man. Yo, man, we barely made it out of here, but we here now, man. We trying. So so all you guys keep it coming. It's funny to me, man. So I love it, man. I mess with this guy every day. Every time I see one, I mess with Kev. I say, yo, we got another one.
I literally looked up going to the Toastmasters. I said, well, maybe I need to go to the Toastmasters, man. Like for real.
Another one. Another one. We
got DJ Khaled and another one.
Well, let me go into these key highlights.
Nice and slow, brother. Nice and slow. Okay.
Right. The article title,
take your time.
College Football Playoff Management Committee. You got I got interrupted here. The college football playoff stuff. They want to revamp the college football players. Somebody let Ryan in for me, please. I think someone's coming in. Key highlights of the for the review here. The CFP Management Committee unanimously voted to implement a straight seeding model for the 2025-2026 college football season. Teams will now be seeded 1 through 12 based solely on the CFP selection committee's final rankings, eliminating the previous system that awarded the top 4 seeds to the highest ranked conference champions. D, hold on, D, I got you. The 5 highest ranked conferences champions are guaranteed spots, in the 12-team playoff. However, these champions are no longer assured of a top 4 seed or of a first round bye unless their ranking merits it. Here's some of the rationale behind it, right? The adjustment aims to better reflect regular season performances, ensuring that the most deserving teams, regardless of conference affiliation, are appropriately seeded. The change addresses concerns from the previous season where some conference champions received top seeds despite lower overall rankings, leading to early exits in the playoffs.
Yep.
DA, was you an advocate for this?
I was. I was like, what? It don't make no sense, man. It got to be the RPI. Whoever played the best needs to get the best spots.
Right.
If your conference is a bad conference and you won that conference, God bless you. But you're still not better than the other teams. So to get out of games that are not, and the reason this happened was because the way they did it last year led to non-competitive bowl games.
Right, which is what they want.
It was just like that. Yeah, it was just like that. Whatever male potato bowl, bowls that didn't matter because they didn't matter. If you want to do it the right way, you'll have teams that are, 1 through 16, and you play. You don't have to do 1 to 16. You can actually split it up opposite of that, and the games will be better.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. You go from top to bottom, because if there's going to be bye games anyway, it would probably be like 16 playing 15, 14 playing 13, 12 playing 11, 10 playing 9, and then the other 4 teams or the other 4 teams, and you're good.
Right.
So you're playing. It's more competitive all the way around. But I don't. Yeah, they had bad games last year, and they know they had bad games,
and they had to fix it. So let me just read here. This is how the playoff structure goes. The 12-team format continues with first round games hosted by the highest seed team, seeds with 5 through 12, quarterfinals and semifinals played at a designated bowl site. The national championship game scheduled for January 19, 2026 at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. And here's some of the financial implications for the 2025 season. The 4 highest ranked conference championships will receive $8 million payouts, even if they do not secure a top 4 seed. Starting in 2026, a new revenue distribution model will be introduced, moving away from performance-based payouts to a base distribution system. With the current 12-team playoff contract concluding after the 2025 season, discussions are anticipated regarding further expansion and additional format changes. So there you go with that.
Yeah, it's going to be the 64 soon. So, and that's the problem with the NCAA. Like, once they see somewhere where the money is coming in, they can't stop. They get like extra greedy, and then they just continue to want and to do things that, actually don't make the games themselves any better. I don't think, based on my history watching, that they will leave, as my grandmother says, good enough alone. So I am, I'm sure.
They won't leave well enough alone.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, it's whatever. People will watch it. People will watch it just for the main fact of them changing it every year. Oh, no, we're going to try this now. And that always gives you, even me, the skeptical people, well, I'll watch it to see if this thing works this year, right? That's, that's what we do. But reality is like, I can't really tell you I'm really interested. I would watch games to the half anyway, even if it was a bad game.
Right.
But, we'll see what happens. I think this is the balance, Kevin, I believe. Well, at least on the competitive side. Because they got to a point to where now every game is starting not to matter. Whereas before in college football, the one thing that was dead serious about this is that, back in the days, if you lost one game, you can almost, guarantee you was out, Right. Now, they're getting to a point to where it doesn't matter if you lose 4 games, So I think they're still trying to teeter and balance. And I saw some guys talking about the whole Indiana thing from last year. And because everybody knew they weren't ranked. They shouldn't have been ranked that high, right? But we can't have ESPN and ABC and whoever's carrying the Big Ten on a Saturday,
right,
throwing up pom-poms for Indiana when Indiana's not that good.
True.
Maybe a conference is just bad. You know what I mean? Maybe a conference just wasn't that good. You know, so you had Ohio State, which is the champs, but I don't think there was anyone else, right? Michigan wasn't in it.
No, but they got killed.
Penn State was there, right? Penn State was there.
Yeah.
Penn State was there. So it was them and Penn State with only 2 teams from that conference. So, you know, the reality is, you know, you want to see good games all the way down the line and maybe us having it the way it was last year, you know, and you trying to sell us, Indiana's great, they're number 10. They're not. Y'all won't listen, ABC wouldn't even give them a game last year. Whatever station the Big Ten was, I think it was CBS. You know, I don't even think they got a primetime game last year for being so good, you know. So, you know, because every school gets a night game.
Right.
So, you just went to see them.
I think they, like you said, they had to do something, man.
Oh yeah, they did.
They had to do something, man. So I'm glad they did, and they didn't fall on deaf ears because, you know, sometimes
yes, sir,
organizations, they sometimes say, you know, I'm not going to admit to no wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree with, and I think you said this before. At least they're not like some other leagues where it takes you 10, 11 years to say, hey, this doesn't look right, and they still continue to do things.
No, change it.
Change every year. Yeah, they will change every year. They'll give it a shot.
Right.
And I'm not mad about that. They will give it a shot.
Yep. Well, I got that article. Let me go to this other one. Going back to the NCAA again. This is from Front Office Sports. From Mr. David Rumsey. He says this. The NCAA is exploring March Madness expansion to 76 teams in 2026. Proposed expansion. NCAA President Charlie, Baker announced discussions are underway to expand the men's NCAA tournament from 68 to either 72 or 76 teams, potentially starting in 2026. A final decision is expected within the next few months to allow time for necessary logistical planning. Some of the media rights discussions have begun with CBS and Warner Brothers Discovery regarding the expansion. However, some media executives believe the additional games, get this, may not significantly increase broadcasting revenue. And now you got support from people like Coach Bill Self and other Big 12 coaches have expressed support for the expansion, citing the opportunity to include more deserving teams that might currently be excluded. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there, D. Well, how many do you need? Why don't we just...
Yeah, you got 68. Right, like, who's not making it? That's supposed to be there. It's 68 schools.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, who is not there? This is absolutely ridiculous.
Who's not
there? How much more do we need?
Who is not
absolutely,
there?
D. Who else is not there?
That needs to be there.
This is ridiculous, man. But, you know, they're going to keep on. They're going to kill their own product.
Man.
They're going to kill their own product.
Facts. That's kind of what Kev was just saying, and we were saying about the football. This is just the opposite. Like, you know, why are we continuing to add more teams? Like, for what? What, 76?
Why?
Then soon we'll be saying, well, who's not playing? You know, what school did make it? Because it's, you know, there ain't going to be but 5 schools that don't go, you know? So I'm not sure why we're doing this.
D-Dub, what you got on this, man? I don't understand the NCAA.
I said all I had to say, man. I don't understand why. What are we doing? Again, 76? So the field of 64, 60 was 68. Wasn't enough. 64 wasn't enough. 76.
Why don't you just go to 100?
Yeah, there you go. March, man. Yeah. Well, March kind of angry.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even madness anymore.
Yeah, it's just
everybody.
So they say there's the NCAA intends to keep the current 31 automatic qualifiers, meaning the expansion will add more at-large bids, potentially benefiting teams from smaller conferences. The last expansion occurred in 2011, increasing the field from 64 to 68. To answer your question, D-Dub, the expansion aims to provide more opportunities for teams that are considered among the best currently missing out due to this, get this, limited field size.
That's not limited. We just expanded it.
Yeah.
Listen, we always gonna be like, okay? These guys are the last 4 out, so they're gonna be the first 4 in. It's gonna be different teams from different conferences. The math is not mathing. Because if 1 year Michigan State is the first 4 out,
right?
Well, next year Michigan State will be good. It'll be another school that'll be the first 4 out. It's not going to be Michigan State every year. It's unfair to them. You're first 4 out every year. No, they'll get better, and that's that. I'm not sure what we're doing here. They're gonna make me mess around and only be looking at the dudes in Omaha. So that's what this is gonna be. I'm gonna be NCAA baseball, and that'll be it. So
okay,
keep messing with me. You know, I know they don't care, but you know,
right. Let me go over to Front Office Sports again from Alex Schiffer, and I'm staying in the same NCAA college lane here. The prospecting, picking college over the NBA draft is at a record rate here. The 2025 NBA draft has seen only 106 early entrants, the lowest since 2015. This is a stark contrast to the 363 early entrants in 2021. Prior to the widespread adoption of name, image, and likeness opportunities in college sports. The trend isn't isolated, though, to basketball only. The NFL draft in April had just 69, get this, underclassmen declared, down from 128 in 2021, indicating a broader shift across major sports leagues. And here's the example that he gives. Michigan center Yaxel Lindenborg, projected as a late first-round pick, who opted to return for his senior season to capitalize on NIL earnings. Similarly, Florida's Alex Condon chose to stay for his junior year, bolstering the Gators' chance at a repeat national championship. I'll give it to DA, because DA, you've been said this was going to happen.
Yeah, money. It's just about money, man. You know, you can stay somewhere comfortable, stay somewhere you still get to be a quote unquote kid, student, whatever, run around the campus like you're crazy, do the things you want to do, and still make money. Whereas in the NBA, it's a tighter schedule, 82 games. Yes, you're still making money, but things are different now. Everybody's trying to get in your pockets, you know, and it's just a different atmosphere all the way around. We knew as soon as they started offering these kids the money that they were supposed to get, that, you know, the NBA is not always the best choice for you. Not everybody's like, oh, yeah, I got to go to the NBA because there's something different there, something special there. No, not necessarily. There ain't. You know, because you're not going to play much anyway as a rookie. So why not stay where you at, make the same money you was getting, essentially, and then you're good to go. Like, there's no reason. Man, listen, it's the money changed everything, man. Cats don't really have a reason to leave. You know, you making $2 million a year for your last year at school. You're only playing 30-something, 40-something games at the most. Man, it's a good life, man. You don't live on campus anyway, you good. You know, so yeah, a lot of dudes ain't going in the NFL. That is probably the bigger turn, the dudes are staying for their senior year. But it just may be because the coaches are like, yo, look, man, we're gonna give you that back. And you know, in the NFL, they really ain't paying rookies. They're giving you for sure like 3 Becks, 2 Heinekens, 4 loose Newports, and you know, maybe a Sundew. You know what I mean? And they're really not giving no bread as a rookie in the NFL. So it's a lot easier to stay in college because every guy that makes the NFL is an all-star at the college they came from. So they was probably getting the biggest money at wherever they were at, NIL-wise, and they get to the NFL and they're getting $3.5. You know, $350,000 is what they're throwing at you. So it's it makes sense to me. I'd stay and get that money as well. I'd stay. And plus, those kids are smarter now, so like they get insurance, $1 million policies, $2 million policies on themselves. So they can stay, and if they get hurt, they're good. Because again, that first NBA contract really ain't that good. Really ain't
makes
that
sense
good.
to me. Let me go to I'm still in the college vein here, DA. And this is the NIL, and this is from Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports. He wrote this on yesterday. Despite the NCAA's efforts to regulate name, image, and likeness deals, inconsistency persists across different states and institutions. The lack of a unified federal framework has led to a patchwork of rules, making enforcement difficult.
Stop. Stop. Why does it have to be? This is business. Each school is its own entity, right? So tuition is not mandated federally across 50 states. So why the hell has NIL got to be mandated federally across 50 states? UNC Charlotte don't cost as much as Clemson.
Right. Correct.
Period. That's it. And there's no rule saying, hey, they got to be the same. They got to be the same. Everybody got to pay the same money. If they try to get that, all it's going to end up is a class action lawsuit. So I would just walk away from that. Like slowly. Let's turn around, put your briefcases down, lawyers, and walk away.
No, let's just make a salary cap. That's what they want. Go ahead.
But you can't do it, though.
Why?
I mean, I know you
can't make a salary cap in the schools. You can't make one on the school tuition.
So you say they got to make them employees?
Yep. If everybody's getting the same amount,
you're right.
And you're saying that you putting a cap on, D tackles can only make this can only make, then they're going to say, yo, so if I transfer to this school, how much is tuition there? Well, Kansas is a big time school. Well, UNC Charlotte's a big time school to me, motherfucker. I had to look at the clock.
No, you good.
7 minutes over. Good job.
Yeah, you good, fam.
Sorry, Mama Warren, but that was done just to everybody get the point. So UNC Charlotte tuition is heavy duty to me. It's a big time school. It's better than Pfeiffer, right? So everybody, it's all up to you.
Shout out to Pfeiffer.
The federal government.
Dang, it's just all over my alma mater. Dang.
Mitchell Community.
Mitchell. Shout out to Mitchell. Mitchell was all right.
Shout out to the Falcons.
Yeah, BMCC for
Shout out
sure,
to
baby.
the Falcons, the fight for Falcons, man. Damn, my man D.
Yeah, BMCC, but it was absolutely no work. But absolutely. But at the end of the day, the point I'm making is why would you try to cap off what you can make from NIL? Which is, like we said before, NIL is not what most of this money for these kids is coming from. It's coming from those collectives. NIL is only for commercials. If you're in a commercial and you get some advertisement or whatever you got, so if you got a Popeyes and you now it got to be all the Popeyes. It just can't be the Popeye down there by Johnson C. Smith, because they commercial ain't no commercial, right? They got you outside Johnson C. Smith, eating one of them biscuits. But you don't want that. If you want the real deal, that's what NIL is about, right? So the collective, if Kevin's coming out of his pocket for Purdue, that's different. Now, they may need to cap that with a salary cap on that, because if that's the case, then schools can do, Alabama per se would always be good.
But you're still going to have to make them employees. How's
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. If you give them enough money, they will. They're going to have to.
I mean, you're going to be employees and student, I guess. Yeah.
But then your other boy going to jump in on the Kev, Mr. IRS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to let you bring no money home and him not get his beat back. as the mobsters would say.
Forgot about IRS. Yeah,
you got to come up off of that.
Yeah, so they got to figure out something because those kids ain't fitting to pay no taxes though. So, because they don't pay no tax on their Pell Grant. Well, at least I ain't.
Shh.
Huh? What you say? I didn't hear nothing.
I know, right?
It's too late. They figuring it out now. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I know, right? What I was saying, there is a growing consensus among NCAA officials and university administrators for Congress to enact federal legislation and that would standardize NIL regulations, ensuring fairness and clarity across all states and institutions. Right?
This makes no sense, man. I don't. NIL you get for commercials. So if Mike Mills, Barbecue Shack has got Kevin on the NIL, and he's doing commercials. And, Mike has a small upcoming company, and they can pay him $100,000 a year. Daryl's playing for some other school, and he got a car dealership, so he's getting paid, and he's riding around in the Benz. They're two very different things, man. So you can't say Daryl can't get his money because he's a big-time athlete and he's got a Mercedes-Benz NIL, because it's a bigger business than Kevin can make his money at because he's at Mike's Rib Shack. You can't do that. That's never going to pass. They go to court all they want. That should never pass. Because and again, people have to understand that NIL money is different than the money from the collective. They're two very different things. The collective comes from, your Bike Shapiro's or whatever his name was in Miami as an individual throwing out money to players, as opposed to a player getting an offer to do commercials and be a spokesman for a company, as a player. They're two very different things. So you can have both, but, they're two very different things. So, again, maybe they're just trying to confuse us with the verbiage. I have no
possibility.
Idea.
Yeah.
Let me just get in here real quick. Shout out to all those that's in the chat, man. Yo, appreciate y'all. There's a lot of folks in here, man. Like I said, don't be shy, man. Say something. We don't bite here, man.
Mama Warren, I will sing at the end of the show. Old school. What's my man Frankie Crocker? There I go, there I go, there I go. Whole thing. Pretty baby, you are the stone that snaps my control. Boy, oh boy. And then I hear my mama say, Dory, take your ass. Turn that damn radio on.
Yo, man, you better turn that radio on, man.
Yeah, man. That was like, 9, 10 o'clock when Frankie Crocker fell off.
Yeah, true that, man. Let's go to baseball here. MLB, like I said, we got a packed show tonight. We'll go to baseball, to MLB. We'll go to the power rankings according to CBS, to Matt Snyder. The Phillies are number one. They reclaimed the number one spot. They're 35-19, won 10 of their last 11. Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber are definitely tearing it up. And then you got the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they played a series against the Mets. I was watching this weekend. They're 34-21. Shohei Ohtani, he's a bad man. 20 home runs with 59 runs. He's scored this year. Freddie Freeman is a bad man. He's batted .356, and he's injured.
Yeah.
And he's a purely just really good left-hand hitter, man. The Detroit Tigers, man. The Tigers, they are top of the AL Central. They're 31-16. Strong pitching, their defense under AJ Hinch and Scooble, excuse me. That's a bad dude. He leads the majors with 92 strikeouts. And then my New York Yankees, Aaron Judge, he's leading the league with a .395 average with a 1.234 OPS. And I keep saying this Max Fried thing was really a good deal here, man. Him and Carlos Rodon, they both have 7 wins apiece. Fried leads the majors with a 1.29 ERA And then you got the Mariners. They lead the AL West despite their struggles. Of late, Andres Munoz, he tops the MLB with 17 saves. And then you got Cal Raleigh. He leads the AL with 19 home runs. And some of the notable climbers, you got the Cardinals. They're 5 games over 500. And you got the LA Angels, who have won 8 straight. But this is as of Tuesday because my Yankees went in there and beat them a couple times already, man. So the Yankees are playing the LA Angels. So shout out that. And some of the teams that are facing challenges, of course, the White Sox, Marlins, and the Rockies.
Hey, Kevin, throw that Marlin thing up you was talking about, man. No, that was the Rays, right?
Say that again?
We were talking about the Rays yesterday.
Oh,
right,
yes. Real quick, yeah. The Rays owner, I don't have it in front of me, but what's his name? The owner of the Tampa Bay Rays, Steinberg. Pretty much, he's not a really good owner. Kind of like the problems that Dan is having in Pittsburgh with their owner. Doesn't want to spend money, wants to take all the revenue sharing money and just pocket it. And there was a correlation. So I was watching this guy. I want to give him the credit, man, but he had on somebody on his show and they was talking about, hey, how come the two Florida hockey teams are doing well? The Panthers, of course, Florida Panthers, they're going back to the Stanley Cup Finals. And then you had the Tampa Bay Lightning, who went to a couple of Cup Finals. Hockey is rabid down here, and they just came into the league within the last 25 to 30 years, right? So when hockey expanded into the Sun Belt portions of the country, and the guy said, and they said, well, the difference between the Rays and the Panthers and the Lightning, hey, the ownership. The ownership has invested money into these cities, with the camps. You always talk about the camps, that's important. There was never no hockey down here. Yeah. So what you got to do, you have to build up a following. And they absolutely here. I live in South Florida. They absolutely down here you see Panther stuff all the time. I don't live too far from the one of their rinks where they practice at. And it's a thing. Same thing with the Lightning, and pretty much the guy was saying on the thing. He says, they need to make him sell the team, and that's why the Rays are where they're at. You can only do so much sometimes with all this that money ball stuff. Man, you got to spend some money though, and that's why people talking about there might be a work stoppage. And I heard Tony Clark said this, what was this, a month ago? He said, just because the owners don't spend the money, that's not the players' problem. Tony Clark is head of the union for the most powerful union, I think, on the planet. MLB baseball players. And he was like, no, we're never going to do a salary cap. He said the owners need to spend some money. Why don't they put a floor in them for them to spend some money?
Yeah.
That's
saying, go ahead, guys.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What you're saying is kind of what we're saying when we say to folks, spend with your dollars or whatever. Not spend with your dollars. Make it
vote with your dollars.
Vote with your dollars.
Yeah.
The rest of the owners are saying, look, dude, I'm not trying to share this money. If I'm spending this much money every year and you're not spending the same amount of money, there has to be a floor,
right?
Because it's not fair to the other billionaires. And shoot, there's no one thing a billionaire don't want. They don't want to be the one getting, kind of shifting around.
Correct.
They like, listen, man, why am I spending this much money so my team can win, so we can do this, so we can do that, and you, sir. Pittsburgh, you guys are spending $14 a year on your team, and you got like one of the best pitchers in the game, on your team, and do what the Mets spent $760 million on one dude. That's not equitable. Like, that can't be right. And nobody's world is that correct. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying I agree on what they're paying Soto on this end, but I sure enough don't believe in what they're paying most of the roster in Pittsburgh or Cincinnati or teams like that. And I'm actually not talking about like one-hit wonders. I'm talking about habitual cheapskates.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? And Dan has said it too, you know, being that he's a Pirates fan. He said, man, there needs to be some kind of floor where they have to spend a certain kind of money. So they can, you know, I don't know, man. It's just it's you know, bad ownership. And DA, you have said it a lot on the show. Bad ownership. Some guys don't think that your franchise wants to win sometimes. Sometimes they just wanted you to come to the park, to the arena, to the whatever, and spend your money, and they count their money, man, because it's just what it is, man. You know, and this guy Steinberg, you know, the Rays, yes, the Rays have been in the World Series. They have competed. They have done the Moneyball thing. But, man, sometimes, man, you can't shop at Dollar Tree all the time for everything.
You gotta get out of food. Go to Publix.
Hey, man, depends on who you talking to.
So you better not buy no steak at a Dollar Tree.
Hey, folks is buying green beans, chickpeas, black eyed peas. Yo, man, people doing this. I wouldn't, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
you safer in the can, brother.
I mean, man, at least go to Aldi's, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
hey, shout out to Aldi's.
Aldi's got some shit now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do.
You can get it for the low. I mean, yo.
Yeah. Hey, Aldi's, if you look at the
you know, send a donation. We'll take it.
Yeah.
You just gonna make sure with Aldi's you're gonna get their cart back, man. They want their quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yo, that's genius plan.
You can't get your card back there. I know you won't.
Oh man, let me go to this quote. Mike Mills, I'm glad you're on here. Mike Mills, Pedro Martinez, man. Juan Soto, he's I mean, he's doing well, man. But some people with the Mets fans, I don't know if Mills is one of them that's killing this guy, man. But Juan Soto's been facing some criticism about how his play has been. I think he has 8 home runs. I forgot what his batting average. Somebody can pull it up for me real quick. But let me just read this, and this really triggered D Dubs this morning when I was talking to him. Pedro Martinez said this on X the other day. He said, Juan Soto, I was once the highest paid player, and it took me a while to adjust. Nobody thinks about the human inside the uniform. There are things that can get you distracted. We forget how young he is. And that's the end of his quote. D-Dubs?
Yep.
Your thoughts on Pedro Martinez?
Yo. Read that quote one more time. He doesn't.
One more time.
Just the part of that main part that we discussed.
Nobody thinks about the human inside the uniform.
Stop right there. Nobody thinks about the human inside. Come on, dog. Stop it. Well, I mean, how much sympathy do you want? I'm not sure what we're talking about. Nobody thinks about the human inside. Yo, you're getting paid to. First of all, you're getting paid exorbitant amount of money to play baseball, a kid's game. So, I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, I don't know if he's looking for pity. Not for me. You're not getting it. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we kind of know that.
I mean,
nah. Cry me a river, dog. Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, I said this last week. Lindor coasted for 2.5 years. Soto got time, man. Yeah, we gave him a lot of money, but he got time. The season just started. If the season ended today, we in the playoffs. I ain't tripping. It's early. He'll figure it out.
Soto's batting.
We're going to have to pay Pete, though, because Pete is playing out his mind.
Yes.
That's next.
Yeah. Soto's batting .224 with 8 home runs, 25 RBIs with an OPS of 7.745. That's what's going on.
And I agree with Mike. I'm not tripping about it either. I'm just not with this, you know, these answers that they be, you know, they pushing out as if I'm supposed to feel sorry. Yo, man, get better, figure it out. And then again, to Mike's point, it's still early, so I don't know. I don't know if some of the Met fans, you know, fans are gonna be fans.
Fans gonna be saying, okay, gotcha. Well, let me go ahead, Ryan.
You guys,
Ryan, what's up, Ryan? You good? Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, bro.
All right. Okay, cool. I get what you're saying. You know, they're making a bunch of money, but just because you make a bunch of money, don't mean you don't you can't have. You know what I'm saying? You can't have.
Oh, and I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
I mean,
you know, yeah, and he does. This is not. He's making a lot of money to be, and you the face of the franchise now.
Right.
With that being said, I'm not killing him. The fans, some of these fans are killing him. Like I said, I agree with Mike. It's still early, and you know, you could in baseball. It's a marathon. You can't hit a slide, and and you're not playing to par right now. Not to say in August he don't heat up, or you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it's give or take, but you do make a lot of money, and people wants to when you make that money, the target amplifies. You understand? You get this attention. That's all.
Right. No, I agree, but I'm commenting on what Pedro said. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know, that's what I'm commenting on. And you know, let's keep it real, man. A lot of fans, you know, even though we love our athletes and sports athletes, you know, a lot of fans are jealous of these athletes. So
sure.
I mean,
if
they you know have a chance to get on them, they're gonna get on them. You know what I'm saying? Like. But I'm just saying, just because you make a lot of money, you're a sports athlete, doesn't mean you don't have maybe outside things, you know, things off the field that could be hindering his play. That could be it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, no matter what job you do and how much money you make, you know, sometimes you just don't perform. You don't perform well. The good thing with most of these contracts is that they're guaranteed, so they really can't get fired. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, so it's a slump, but he's too good of a player, you know what I'm saying, to not break out of the slump. And my thing is, you know, what's the Mets record? Are the Mets, you know, are they, you know, in the hunt?
They're still good. Yeah, they're good. I mean,
right. So they're still winning, and their best player is not producing. I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Much to do about nothing. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like,
and again, it's still early. But I didn't like Pedro. I didn't like that. I didn't like this comment. Like, you know, dude, stop.
He's coming at it as a human being. You know,
yeah, we're all human beings,
right? You know what I'm saying?
We get it, but I don't need. I really don't. I just didn't need to hear that. That's all. It was just me.
But I'm just.
Hey Ryan, I was triggered, sir.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I know you are. I like that. Yeah, I'm triggered. Okay, I don't need to hear you cry me a river that you. Oh man, man. Everybody go to work every day with problems, dog. Right. I mean, come on.
Pedro coasted as a Met at first too. He needs to shut up and just watch.
Yeah.
He did coast at first.
Now
Juan did too. All of them coast when they first get there.
Get on Soto. If the team is struggling and they're not making the playoffs, then get on him. But if he's struggling and the team's still winning, that's a win-win situation, because at some point he's too good. He's going to get hot. And if he, you know, it's not the playoffs yet. You know what I'm saying? If he's struggling like this during the playoffs, then you know.
We're a long way away, man. I mean, they doing good right now. Away, so, you know, again.
He'll be all right.
Yep, May 29th, man. May 29th. Yep, Mets in first, right? Mets in first? I'm not sure.
No, Philly got to be the first.
Yeah, Philly's in first. Excuse me. Yeah, the Mets are whatchamacallit, man. So, yeah, that's all I got for MLB. Like I said, the season's going along, going well, man. And
at least somebody's talking about baseball on these sports streets.
Thank you, Dean.
You don't get much of it. I tell you that. But
oh well, let me go to hockey then. Let me go to hockey.
But me and my boy Harold Reynolds, boy, we be getting it in.
Harold really be getting it.
Yeah. Damn.
Hey.
Sorry.
All he asked was if she wanted to get a Frankfurter from the cafeteria. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh my goodness! Let me grab this.
Find that brother for the wrong doggone reason.
Let me go on to the NHL. Dan's not here, but I'm here. I'm not the hockey aficionado, but Dan is, and I'm filling in for Dan. Hey, the Panthers, man, the Florida Panthers, they are going back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Another comeback victory for them. They won after being down 2-0 early in the game. And Ryan, when you text in the chat yesterday, I was about to text the same thing. I said, man, damn, 32 goals.
30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, man.
Crazy. I flipped the channel. I was watching, I was going back and forth,
right.
The NBA game and, the hockey game. And I'm like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying?
That's a machine, man. They're Florida's a machine, man. You thought they was going to slow down, but there's no slow. They have no chill at all. No chill.
Yeah, they are a perfect
Nope.
combination of beauty and brawn because they play a beautiful game on one side, and then things get real tight for them, and everybody just getting thrown up in the stands and getting checked for everything, and nobody wants to fight, and Kachucks are fighting each other because it's going to fight. Yo, it's crazy. They'll just be scared, like, they just ended up getting off the wrong train stop, you know what I mean, and come out in East New York like, ooh, wow, wrong spot. I'm going back.
The Panthers beat Carolina 5-3 last night, clinching the series. They win it 4-1, and they will go back to their third Stanley Cup Finals. And that brings me to my what? I wish I had some music. Let me get a bell here. Hey, trivia question for the night. That's right, trivia question for the night. Here it goes. All right, the Florida Panthers is scrolling down there at the bottom, have became only the fourth NHL team since 1980 to reach the Stanley Cup Finals in 3 consecutive seasons. Here's the question. Can you name the other 3 NHL teams since 1980 to reach the Stanley Cup Finals in 3 straight years?
No Google.
You be the first one to email your answer, the correct answer or answers, to info@sportschaserspodcast.net and win a free giveaway, and we will shout you out next week.
Don't be on no Google.
What you said, D? No Google. Oh shit! These people. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing that Google. Yeah.
Is it the Buffalo Bills?
Dad said, Dad at work said, I'm on Google right now.
The Florida Panthers have become only the 14th since 1980 to reach the Stanley Cup Finals in 3 consecutive years. Who are the other 3? Name the other 3. And if you email info@sportschaserspodcast.net, be the first one with the correct answer, you will win that free giveaway. We'll announce it next week. And hey, we want to start doing some of these giveaways, man. So we haven't determined what the giveaway is, but hey, you'll get something. So
you might get a Sports Chasers shoestring.
The Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots.
Say that 5 times. Shoestring.
Shoestring, we on a tight budget.
Fat laces.
You only get one.
Fat laces.
Yeah, that sounds like
and you only get one.
It sounds like we poor.
And you only get one. Out of 2. Yeah, you only get one.
One is red, one is white. Reversible shoelaces.
Dang. So be the first one with the correct answer. Now, if you're strong and wrong, man, you don't qualify. So it's got to be the correct answer.
You don't get nothing.
You get nothing. So no promotional whatchamacallit here. We don't do that, man. You got to be right. So let me go back to the hockey segment here. So the Panthers, they won the series 4 games. They won. Matthew Tkachuk, he initiated the rally with a power play goal. Evan Rodriguez and Anton Lundell added goals in a span of 4 minutes and 26 seconds during the second period. Carter Verhey netted the game-winning goal in the third period, assisted by Captain Alexander Barkov. And the goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky, man, he made 20 saves. He's the dude down there with the Panthers with his goaltending and his play in net, man. So, he stands tall all the time. And some of the we talked about, I think D-Dubs was talking about how this team is a machine and Paul Maurice praised the team's composure, emphasizing the importance of not allowing the deficit to grow and focusing on chipping away at the lead. Listen, they did this in the same series against Toronto when they was down 2-0. I always felt, I said, man, Toronto. I said, Toronto, please. I said the Panthers going to come back and win this series. I had faith in them that they would. The Panthers will face the winner of the Western Conference Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and Dallas Stars, which is going on right now. Forward, E2. I'm not going to even attempt to read this name because y'all know y'all been getting on my case the last.
Don't you dare!
They've been saying I can't read in these YouTube streets. It's like, yo, why that guy can't read, man? Why that guy can't read, man? So I got to go to Toastmasters, man. I actually got a book on public speaking, man. I have like a book. I have like one other book, but I bought another book. So I want to make sure that I'm good to all my people out there. Keep the comments coming. We love it.
I'm shook out here.
Yeah, I can just, you can just take my course, acting 101. I'll get you speaking in the public. That ain't no thing, man. You don't need no
look, we got resources here on the Sports Chasers. Yeah.
I swear, man, the last 4 weeks they was like, man, hey man, where did he know how to read, man? Yo.
Hey, the funniest one, Ryan, he was like, yo, he was one, he didn't raise his hand in class. He was scared to raise his hand.
Oh, that's what somebody said in the comments.
They said that on YouTube.
Oh God, yo, the comments been on fire, boy. It been having been cracking up all week.
Oh man,
that's good.
We love it. I love it.
So man, like I said, the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers, they're playing. Their games is the Edmonton's are 3-1, and they win tonight. That'll be the rematch of last year's Stanley Cup Finals between both the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers, man. So again, shout out to Dan. Dan will probably be with us on Monday, where we can do a little recap of hockey, of the NHL and the playoffs. The playoffs have been very good. And Ryan, you missed it early, but we've been saying how the playoffs have been good for both the NHL and the NBA. It has been really, really good.
Well, not the ratings, not the NHL ratings. I mean, NBA ratings have been good, but
here he go.
He couldn't leave well enough alone.
Not Mr. Petty. Not Mr. Petty.
I'm gonna stay petty, boy. All year long, I've been hearing about these ratings, this and ratings that, but it's been great, man. It's been great. Like, and again, I don't watch a lot of hockey during the regular season, but when playoff times come, it's fantastic, man. It's a good brand of hockey. And Kev, we're here in South Florida, so
yes,
Florida, South Florida fans, if we're winning, we'll stick with you. You losing, oh man, we don't mess with no losers around here.
No, they go to the next one.
They hang out.
And I know one of the Edmonton players, he got hurt. He's out for the rest of the playoffs. That's gonna hurt.
That's correct. Yes, I can't.
I forgot his
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he was he's out for the playoffs. So that's gonna bode well for the Panthers, man. If he can't go, so it's gonna be fun though, because I'll be like you said, I'll be a rematch, man. So that'll be exciting.
Yep, definitely will be excited. I'm trying to pull up dude's name. Zach Hyman.
Yeah,
he got injured. He got an upper body injury. Yeah, he's huge for them, man. So he will not be in for the remaining for the Oilers, man. So during this time of year, you want everybody to be healthy. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. So it's just what it is when it comes to sports, man. And shout out to this. Let me read this real quick. And I'll kind of wait for Ryan before Ryan got on here. And this is a kind of a feel-good story. Not a feel-good story, but I would say a feel-good story because I think things have come far. And this is, I'm reading again, and this is from the Culture of Sports from Substack. And the New York City become the first $450 million women's team. The New York Liberty have achieved a groundbreaking valuation of $450 million, making them the highest ever for a women's sports team. Under the leadership of Joe and Clara Asai, the Liberty underwent a significant transformation, relocating to Brooklyn's Barclays Center and investing heavily in top-tier facilities and player acquisitions. They won the championship last year, of course, giving them the 51-year professional basketball title drought. I guess they count the Knicks, whatever. The team's success has resonated beyond the court with increased attendance, a vibrant fan base, and partnerships with major brands like Off-White, highlighting the Liberty's influence in both the sports and culture. The Liberty's ascent underscores the potential for profitability and a growth of women's sports franchises when supported, I'm sorry for those YouTube people, by strategic investment and visionary leadership. And I'll say this because I kind of not lived it, but I remember when the WNBA started and the Liberty played in Madison Square Garden. And then, as we all know, I think most of all the teams were pretty much not married to the same team, but they had an affiliation with the NBA team.
Still do,
right? So, but for James Dolan, he kind of didn't like how that was going no more. So he really didn't support them. And me and Dave always talk about that. He kicked them out of Madison Square Garden, and they had to go play out. They literally had to go play up in Yonkers in like a community center, like for real. Yeah. And so go ahead, DA.
It was what they were drawing. I'm sorry, I'm not turning out the lights, turning on the lights in the whole house. If you only going to be in the living room, so regarding turn on half the lights, man. Like he clicked the switch all the
and that's wrong. That's pretty much what his beef was. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, not at the beginning of the at the start of WNBA.
No, not the start. I would say like in the early 2000s. That's when he kind of fell out of grace, and then that's when they started playing in Yonkers and stuff.
The WNBA hit a lull after I want to say maybe like the sixth season. After the Comets won 4 straight, Houston Comets, and they even folded, right? Because the owner at the time, Wes Alexander, did same thing like Dolan, didn't really support the team, and at that time, once they pulled the plug, the NBA pulled the plug on you, your team was gonna fold. So I was shocked that the Houston Comets folded. Even I was too. Yeah, and then and luckily the New York Liberty didn't fold. So they're one of their original team. So yeah, man, just good WNBA, man, good old WNBA. So they came a long way. So and we still here.
Hey, but the one thing
the Knicks are up 46-4.
You know what I'm gonna say is maybe the here still was they did go play in that small arena and cut down on expenses for a few years. That might have kept them alive. They could pay salaries. Or Dolan was still willing to pay salaries. Because he wasn't paying the expenses. You know what I mean? So it's all business, man.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Dolan was still doing for them. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really cut them off completely. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, man, it's it's hard, opening up the arena and ain't nobody coming there. So and that's what happened for a little bit, man. It kind of lost its when it first started, it lost some of its it's brand new, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of hype, and you had all these star players, and then I want to say when Lisa Leslie came in and the sparks got good, that kind of helped the momentum again, because it kind of lost some momentum from the start of the when they first started in the exception of the league. So but yeah, so
Joseph,
still young league. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying the Nets owner Joseph Tsai, they purchased the Liberty from them on January 23rd for 2019. So. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them, man. All right, we'll get back to the WNBA. Ryan's gonna get with us with the NBA, and we're gonna start off with the Western Conference because the Knicks are up 50-36 in the second quarter with 3:47 left. All right, Ryan, what you got for us for the
Western
NBA?
Conference?
Yes, the Western Conference.
Well, Western Conference, yeah. If you guys didn't see the game last night, OKC, like the powerhouse they've been all season.
All year long.
Hey, they did what they had to do. You know what I mean? They I was very impressed with OKC after losing game 3 by 40, coming back and winning game 4 in Minnesota. So that was very impressive. And I mean, and then game 5, it wasn't even a contest. At one point, it was like 28-7 or something in the first quarter. So, and even the Timberwolves players, gave them a lot of credit. Said their defense was playing on a string. They were contesting everything. Stopping the driving lanes and still contesting their 3-point shots. So, it's just a testament to OKC. I want to give more credit to OKC than badmouth the Timberwolves because they had a great season. But OKC, we've been seeing it like all year. Their defensive ratings, they're like number 1 in every category.
Every category, yep.
Yeah, it's shocking, man. And the rise of OKC, right? Because even 2 years ago, they're like, okay, they're a young team. But what happens is there's steps teams got to take, right? And you have to kind of get lucky, right? Whereas in, like, I have 2 points I want to make about OKC on why they, at this young age, they took this big step, right? And obviously the first one is getting SGA, right? Mm-hmm. And nobody would have thought that SGA at the age of 25 last year and 26 this year would be number 2 in the MVP voting and then winning it again. So he took a leap. So when your star player takes that type of leap and is the MVP of the league or runner-up MVP of the league, now you have a closer. You have somebody you can lean on. You have somebody who's gonna give your the other players confidence. So that was big, right? And normally a player takes leaps like that 27, 28, 29 when they get closer to their prime. He's not even in his prime yet, and he won the MVP. You know what I mean? At 26 years old. So with SGA taking the leap, now it brought OKC to the upper echelon of the league. Like I said, we talked about it numerous times. They were tied for the best record last year, a 3-way tie with them in Minnesota and Denver. They just happened to have the tiebreaker. That's why they were number 1 seed. But they had the same record. This year they had like a 14-game difference. You know what I mean? So they dominated the league. They dominated the league. And another thing I want to point out about OKC really quick, right? We can say, is Williams become, D-Dub, Jalen Williams becoming the number 2 and becoming, making an all-NBA team and all-star. Yeah, that's all good. No doubt. Them getting Hartenstein, them getting Caruso, them, and Chet, Chet taking a step, he was still hurt a lot. But remember too, man, a lot of those players missed a lot of time. Chet missed time, Hartenstein missed time, Caruso missed time. One guy that didn't miss time, and this the guy I really want to highlight, is Lou Dort. Mm-hmm. So I want this. This is why, right? Because remember when Lou Dort first got into the league, even in the bubble, like even till like up to 2 years ago, they just left him. They just left him open. Now, man, shoot. Right? And at times they couldn't even play him because they couldn't even play him. Now the man's shooting like 43% from three.
He really improved his game.
So now he's not a liability, and now you get to have your best wing defender on the floor for most of the game. Whereas if they start off the game and he missed his first 3 threes, they had to pull him. Now they don't have to pull him. That is a big step in the big maturation of the OKC Thunder. I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people like Mike just said, "Ew," you know what I'm saying? Because it's Lou Dort. You're thinking, okay, it's not that important, man. For him, he is, because one, he's first team all defense. So if your first team all defensive player is a liability on the offensive end, why do you think you guys, the Knicks can't play Mitch that much or what have you? Because at some points he's a liability. You know what I'm saying? So once Lou Dort took that step and became a better 3-point shooter on the wings, and he can stay on the floor longer, they just skyrocketed. So I want to show, give Lou Dort his flowers, because, man, him, everybody knew he was always first, could make first team all NBA, but because he couldn't, shoot, and he was a liability out there, he wasn't getting the minutes to solidify that hey, I'm first team all defensive NBA, and I'm not a liability. So credit to Lou Dort, and I think those are the two main factors of why they excelled. Is SGA taking a step to MVP status at 26, 25, 26? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But his steps have been progressive, though. It's not like he was 10, 19. Like his second year, he was averaging 19 points a game. Yeah. That's a lot in the NBA.
Yeah. And I want to shout out Chris Paul, because he got real different after being with Chris Paul for a year.
Yeah. True that too. Absolutely. That's another good point. Progression and DA, to your progression point, progression is all good, but progression to being the MVP, that's another thing.
But it's only been like 2 points from scoring, but his MVP came from the way they play defense, right? In my opinion. Because he could score, Ben could score. It's the way they play defense and the way he leads them on defense, right? So I give a lot to the coach, because the defensive scheme is crazy and they're all real smart, right? So they're understanding that if the ball goes on the right side to Ant-Man and they double with that size, he only has one pass to make.
Yeah.
And when he makes that pass, they pick it off every time, because he can't make a skip pass. They're too tall for a skip pass. It has to be this pass to the top, and then they get it and go. You can tell because they did it 30-something times. So, and them taking advantage, bringing in Caruso, Hartenstein to take advantage of when these people do go play the 2-3 on them. They just go to the foul line and get push shots and floaters from the foul line.
Yeah, Hartenstein's good at that.
It's all a lot of strategy, the way they play defense. To me, it's a team effort all the way around, right? And they were working on it last year. They had the formula right. They brought in what they needed, Sam Presti and those guys, a lot of props to them, right? Because they was already, like I said, top 3 last year, record-wise, So they figured out what they needed to bring in. They knew Chet was coming back. They know what his workouts are looking like. And Chet can play. He's still fragile. He will always be fragile.
Always be, yeah, exactly.
So they know, why they got Hartenstein there. Because Hartenstein's not fragile, and he can take care of his business. He can bang with big boys. He can make his push shot. Smart player. Boom, he's good to go. So I think everybody says this is a game of, people kind of copy the template. But it's just like Golden State. If you don't have those type of athletes, you can't do it. You may want to do it, but if you don't have the same type of dudes, then you can't do it. So if you don't have guys that are defensive-minded, long, quick twitch, can get out in the lanes, that's what you saw, man. Because, Minnesota wasn't a bad team. There was just a bad matchup. Bad matchup. They got caught in that positionless player to position player to a player that couldn't play a position. Because it's not that Rudy Gobert can't play. He can't play against Chet, and he'll never be able to play against Chet or Hartenstein. Never.
Well, the thing is, and the thing is because he can't punish them on the offensive end.
Yeah, and he can't guard them on the defensive end because they don't play in the post.
They run them out.
So, that's why they were running the 2-3 zone. Because there was no way for him to guard Chet Holmgren, who could take you off the dribble, or Hartenstein, who could take you off the dribble. So he kind of got backed out of that series.
Right, and all teams are going to do is just put you in the screen and roll and force you to guard up top.
Yeah, he don't. They didn't even do that to him. They switched with other guards on them, because they was in the 2-3 zone. Made it easy for him. Because he can't get out on somebody, makes it very easy to guard against Minnesota at present. Now, they're going to do some things. They're going to do some things. But, we'll see what happens. There's a draft coming. There's a lot of things going on. But we'll see. I think I can see OKC winning this thing. Injuries preventing easy this year. No, I'm not going to say easy because I think Indiana actually has some matchups for them. As far as size and whatnot, but
Indiana's not there yet. The Knicks are still alive, brother.
Man, stop that shit.
Come on, what are you talking about? They're up.
Stop.
No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna have you disrespect the team that's still alive.
There. This is what you get. This is what you get from here on out,
come
brother.
on, man. Listen, they're up 11 now. They win game 5. All they gotta do is, if they can get game 6, they get game 7 at home. I mean,
it sounds good, right? It sounds good, Ryan. It sounds good.
So what? Like y'all just
gave
up?
Bless you, brother. It sounds good. You're right. You are absolutely right.
I told y'all this 1-3.
I'm gonna keep on going against them and maybe apparently when I go with them. They start losing. But
being down 1-3 was different from Minnesota being down 1-3 because OKC had the home court. You know what I'm saying? They had the last two out of the last 2 out of 3 games at home, just like the Knicks do. So if the Knicks can get game 5, all the pressure is going to be on Indiana to win at home.
Yep.
All the pressure, because you don't want to go back to a game 7. Because now you got it. I mean, if the Knicks win these next 2 games, you got their confidence going to be sky high, and you get the home court in the game 7.
Brother, I would wait for that to happen.
It can happen.
I'm just saying now, wait for that to happen.
It can happen.
I can hit the lottery too.
Oh, come on, man.
I can turn this screen back on and be light skinned. And 6'5".
Let's be honest, man. The Indiana Pacers are not juggernauts. They're not OKC. They're good.
Dude, what I'm saying to you is, I understand that. I'm just looking at the matchup, man. The Indiana Pacers. Listen, the Knicks was built. They brought in dudes to beat the Celtics. Well, guess what, y'all? The Celtics are now in Hawaii. They got to deal with this team, right? When you got Cat who can't guard their center off the dribble, and
they can't guard Cat neither. Nobody's guarding in this series.
They're playing good defense, but both teams are playing defense. What you mean? I think you got a game 40-40 the other day.
That's what the first quarter.
Ain't nobody playing. It's a blow by on every possession by both teams.
This is what the problem is. They got a better blow by artist than we do, and that's
wow. That sounds wild.
Pause.
Insane.
Pause.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that about me, so I don't really matter, right? So Brunson is short, and that's his problem.
Yo, what's this guy saying?
You gotta slow the pace down. And Brunson has all the do nots to be a defender, right?
Yeah.
He's small.
Yeah,
he's not even 6 foot, right? He has short arms, so he doesn't get deflections. He's not in the passing lanes. He's
not really athletic like that.
He's not athletic. Period.
Okay, I was trying to be nice, Ryan. Yeah, okay, I got you.
His footwork works for him on the offensive end because he's
very deceptive.
He can manipulate his game with his offense with his footwork, and you know what I'm saying. He has great footwork.
Absolute. He got that down pat. He's a superstar with that.
But he can't stay in front of anybody laterally.
No, he's a best way. He's a short Luka on the defensive.
Exactly, with short arms. So it's and then
that's the thing with him. You love him, but he got some deficiencies and it's not really his fault because he's just that's just his way. He's mean. He's born that way.
That's why you get those guys to stop the other guys, but those guys ain't stopping nobody.
Yeah, and that's a fact, Mike. Those guys that's supposed to, if he gets past him, they supposed to pick it up.
The same Bridges.
But it's tough. That's a tough assignment, man, because you got to guard your guys.
Well, how about changing it up? Get him off of Haliburton. Put Brunson on Nembhard. Put him on him.
They have been, and Mikal Bridges been guarding. Getting cooked, and Haliburton been cooking Bridges. So
Bridges has not been playing well this series at all.
He plays well either when you're up or when you don't need it offensively.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys are down 10, and then he'll hit like 3 straight threes. You know what I'm saying? And then but then you're not stopping nobody anyway. You know what I mean? So
man. I like the kid, man, but it's like man, where are you at? Like when I really need you, and it's like he's not there to slow. He was great with Boston and doing his job there.
He was fantastic.
He's fantastic. I give him his props there. But then now we got this series. It's like, dude, why is it not translating over there? And I'm like, man, kudos to Indiana, man. That too,
because it's a different
matchups. Yeah,
it's a different style, man. Indiana is cutting. Indiana's moving the ball, whereas in the Celtics, shooting a bunch of threes. They get the ice. They go ISO heavy with Tatum and Brown.
So and that goes to say this goes back to coaching. When I talked about Tibbs, and this goes back to him, he's got to be able to pull these strings and make the right calls on that.
You got to slow the pace down. You can't play fast.
Got to get to the half court. Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
I was just going to say that, Ryan. Anytime the Pacers, they had Tibbs mic'd up the other night, and Tibbs, I don't know if you heard, he was saying, "Hey man, y'all can't jog back. Y'all got to get back because the Pacers are literally, like you said, they're getting the inbound pass and they going down the court with it."
Even on makes, they're scoring. But what you have to do, what the Knicks have to do, is stop running with them. That's why the Knicks had so many damn turnovers, because you're trying to play too fast. Slow the pace down. You got a ball. You got Brunson who's going to dribble the hell out the ball anyway. Slow it down on offense. Get what you want, and get what you want, and then make the game methodical. Slow the game down so there's less possessions for them to run on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring the possessions down. I mean, it's not a coincidence. The only game they won, it was 106 to 100. The games they lost is 138, 135, 120, 125. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. It's higher paced game. Now both teams blew leads. The Knicks blew game 1, and the Pacers blew game 3.
Yep.
So, but you have to slow the pace down. Get the ball to Towns down low, man, and let them go. But you can't keep going at this fast pace with Indiana. You just can't, because one, that's their style. They know how to take care of the ball playing like that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. The Knicks have been a great offense all season, but sometimes, like in a matchup, you just got to be like, okay, we can't. At times we can probably run with them and. If we have a fast break, but dog, you just can't. You can't take quick shots. You can't take bad shots because they're gone, and they're gonna score. So, but yeah, man. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. The Knicks got hope, man. Have hope.
56.
I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all energy with these Knicks. Look at y'all.
Hold on.
I'm wearing black. I'm wearing black for a reason, man.
You wearing black? Come on, man. I don't like.
It's just how we do.
What do the Knicks historically do? You watch
let you down. Let you
like the
down.
Mets. You just gotta ride it out. You just gotta wait and see.
Just gotta wait and see.
The Knicks are like,
it's
like Lucy holding the football.
Hey, this is just what we do.
What does Charlie Brown do every Thanksgiving? He misses. She pulls the football back. That's how I feel.
I understand, but like I said, man, this 1-3 hole was different from the Minnesota 1-3.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
When
it's different. So you guys
they
have
win,
a shot.
then one of the Knicks, one of those dudes on the Knicks will say, "Yeah, we came back from that one. That made me the best ever."
Nope. Ryan, nope. We're gonna cut his mic off. Nope. Going there. Ryan, go ahead. No, we done so well. Nope. Ryan, go ahead.
So we tackled OKC. We tackled Minnesota. So we just jumped into the Knicks series. So I'm kind of fascinated, because if the Knicks do somehow win this series, right, that's gonna take so much out of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to go up against that OKC defense, And then the matchups like that DA was talking about, right? It's kind of fascinating I would like to see that OKC defense against this Indiana Pacers, offense and and fast pace and cutting and it's hard to guard, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think Knicks are alive, man. Knicks are alive. They win this game tonight, man. They're gonna be so tight in Indiana. They're gonna be so tight. Indiana's gonna be tight, man. But
the OKC,
I was still
take the head off Snake team. So whoever it is, they're gonna get doubled and they're gonna get trapped. So if they make good passes out those doubles and traps, they got a good chance of doing some things. But if you can't pass out of it, it's gonna be a problem. That's
a great point. And that's why they went. That's why Denver, even when Denver was banged up and hurt, took him to Game 7 because you have that hub in Joker who's brilliant at passing and he's so big he can see everything. So you can't trap Joker and double Joker. He's gonna make the right play every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yes, so that's a great point, DA. Excellent point, man.
So they would jump. They would get Haliburton, or they'll go get Brunson, and they pick up right. From what I saw, OKC picks up a foot or two in front of half court. Like they don't even let you get to the 10-second line.
And they're physical. They're physical, man. They play a defensive.
They're gonna pick up and then they're gonna
physical, like a physical defensive style of ball, right? They're relentless, man. They just keep coming at you with bodies.
It leads to the fast break points, man, and that's what it's hard to come back from, man. Especially if you're a fast team.
And they can play any kind of way because SGA is going to get to the free throw line. He's going to get to his mid range, and
he's going to have to stop that. I'm sorry, he's going to have to stop all that flip flopping on the court, though, man.
He ain't got to stop nothing if you get the whistle.
It's ridiculous.
I knew that was coming.
I mean,
the stuff he get away with is crazy.
Brunson does it too.
I knew that was coming, and Brunson ain't as bad as him, boy.
Probably ain't, but Brunson's a foul merchant too. He's always
he is,
foul.
and we're not going to deny that. But SGA be pulling,
and you know what? And I'm all for it. That's a skill. If you can get to the free throw line, that's
not
a skill,
having dignity. He's shameless.
No, that's a skill. No. That's a skill, bro.
I think James Harden should have 2 MVPs, and he was shameless. But Shai is ridiculous. Shai is worse than James Harden.
James Harden should have 3 MVPs.
Hey, who got frustrated with Shai the other night and pushed him? What was he was just so frustrated with
he should have snuffed him.
Which one?
McDaniels.
McDaniels was so frustrated.
He tried to elbow him back of the head or something, man.
He just listen.
There's one clip when Brunson grabs Neesmith's hand and hits himself in the face with Neesmith's arm, dog. It's listen. I understand. I get what y'all saying. It's not a skill, but listen, man. It's manipulating the game. If you can manipulate the game,
dignity.
Listen, we all.
No, seriously.
No, yeah.
I can tell you, Ryan, for real, that is a skill, right? Because when Dorian was working out with NBA dudes, they teach you things.
Of course.
That to put but I'm talking about no. We're talking about where SGA just falls down when no one touches him.
Oh, Brunson.
And then they give him the ball back. How you review it and give him the ball back?
Yes.
After they reviewed it.
He's definitely embellishing. I'm not gonna say he's not embellishing. But there is still some contact. He's embellishing the contact.
Why they didn't give the Timberwolves their whole 0.6 seconds the other night? They reviewed it 4 times, made us sit there and watch. 0.6 on the clock, they start the game at 0.3. Just ridiculous.
The rule is the fan caught the ball.
Okay.
So the fan was so I think once the fan touched the ball, they take a certain amount of time off. So I guess that's why it was the
hell does that mean? Why, okay.
Shenanigans.
Because
interference.
you can't have the fans. It's a live ball. The fans went and grabbed the ball. The fans not supposed to grab the ball.
Now, if it was closer to the sideline, I could agree with you. But that ball was in no man's land. He wasn't getting there.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is the time doesn't stop until the ball touches the floor. Right. So the time is going. So when SGA throws the ball and the ball's in the air, the guy grabs the ball. They stop the clock. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to account for that. Like if you didn't touch the ball, you know what I'm saying? Some time would have came off. That's what the rule is.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's not always a full flop, but it's enough to sell the ref on contact that may not have been significant.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you go.
Rule changes will be coming soon.
Listen, bro. Listen, even y'all remember, man. You could, and y'all Knicks fans too. Y'all remember, man. You guys couldn't even touch Jordan without him going to the free throw line. I mean, come on, man. Like all the greats get to the line.
Well, we should actually kill Michael Jordan on the court. So
yeah, I'm just saying, but
I mean, like we seen Mike like really get effed up, dog. Like we Knicks fans
sliding in the home plate head first, nobody around. Whistle, like what? He fell. How you review him falling and then give him the ball back? That's a travel.
Because there's still contact there. There's technically
there was no contact. The floor. He contacted the floor on his own. He tripped over his own feet.
Yo, man, you gotta love it, man.
Oh yeah, no, they did give him a trip though. Everybody knew it was a trip. Oh, dang! Look at that. Well.
Ryan, what do we got for the WNBA? Let's transition real quick to the WNBA.
Yeah, man. WNBA, man. No surprise who the top teams are right now. Minnesota has the best record at 5-0. Then we have the New York Liberty Championship. The champion New York Liberty is also 4-0. So they're the two undefeated teams. And Minnesota is they're a juggernaut, man. Like I know Kayla McBride just came back, so they didn't even have their second best player. And they're 5-0. The Liberty probably should have had a loss. The Fever should have probably beat them that game they played. Yeah, but they're 4-0. Phoenix is a surprising 4-1. So they're number 3. And my team to watch. Remember my team to watch when we did the preview was Atlanta. And they don't even have their starting point guard, Jordan Canada, and they're 4-2, number 4 right now in the standings. Seattle's 3-2, and the Valkyries, number 6 right now. They would be in the playoffs at 2-2. Las Vegas Aces, they look a little shaky. Man. Like Seattle blew them out. They should have lost to the Valkyries, man. But Jewel Lloyd hit a corner three and kind of stole the game from them. So they could easily be 1-3 right now. So,
who's the biggest disappointment so far? I mean, I know we only
biggest disappointment so far. Connecticut's 0-5. We all knew that was going to happen. Yeah. Chicago, we knew Chicago was going to struggle too, but I didn't think they would be 0-4. I would say Dallas at 1-4.
Yeah,
because Dallas have some players, but the thing is, right? They never played with each other, right? So with Paige getting there with Enrique and the other players that they picked up in the offseason, so it's going to take time. But I'm a little, I thought Dallas would have came out, a little bit with more punch. And not be sitting at 1-4, 11th in the standings. Wasn't expecting much from the Sparks. I think the Sparks are just going to be just like a Kelsey Plum highlight reel. I mean, they got players, but they're mostly young. Brink is not back yet. So Indiana at 2-3. I'm kind of shocked with that. I know Caitlin missed the last game, and And they lost. I want to say they beat Washington. Washington 3-3, not bad as well too. So so most disappointing. I would go Dallas with Paige and Enrique at 1-4. I thought they would be 2-2, somewhere around there. And I would say Indiana at 2-3.
Any surprise player in your opinion, who you think that's overachieved in these first 5-6 games?
Who's overachieved? Like I said, I like what Atlanta's doing, man.
The Dream. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love what the Dream is doing. They beat Indiana. They had a back-to-back with Indiana, and
playing tough.
And their bigs. Brianna Jones is balling for them. So she's a surprise. I mean, I know she can hoop, but she's balling. So Brittany Griner's there. She missed the last 2 games, but they're still right there at 4-2. So
what's the chick's name? Her name starts with an R. I like how she plays.
Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard. Yes.
And and she got in it. Her and Caitlin Clark got into it a little bit.
I like the way she plays. She plays with some toughness, man.
Ryan. Yeah, I mean. She was the number 1 pick for a reason, man. Yeah, she was number 1 overall pick 3 years ago, I believe. Yeah, so out of Kentucky. So she can hoop, man. Right? Yeah, Ryan's a baller. Alicia Gray, love her. She's just high energy, high motor. She does everything. But like I said, they don't even have their starting point guard. They've been going back and forth with starting Pow, and she's a rookie starting. So and to be 4-2, I like what I see from them. Who else? I think, what was her name? From the Valkyries, man. She's playing some great ball.
Talking about Veronica Burton, the point guard.
Yes, she's
absolutely.
She's playing well. Veronica Burton's playing well, and
Mike must got on his fantasy.
Yeah, and
I had drafted her, but I let her go because they slipped up. But I was watching her last year when Connecticut picked her up. Connecticut picked up the end of the season, and she started turning up.
Yeah, Janelle Saloon. Janelle Saloon from Golden State Valkyries. She's been balling, man. Like tonight, for instance, she has what she has tonight. 18 points, 13 rebounds against the Liberty. So she's been fantastic. So the Valkyries is surprised, man. At 2-2, I'm very surprised with them. They're competing.
They got some pieces. They got
they have some pieces.
Billings too.
Yep, Billings. Yeah, man. I love what the Valkyries are doing, man. I thought Kate Martin would have had a bigger role, but like I said, she plays off of people, off of players. She's a glue player. But yeah, man. And also too, I want to shout out the Washington Mystics, man. I love their bigs. They got Shakira Austin, Kiki Irfin, and Aaliyah. So they have a three-headed front court, man. That's really good. So I'm really surprised with them. I think they're doing a good job. Aaliyah Edwards, yeah. So Aaliyah Edwards, Kiki, and Shakira. That's a formidable front court. Yeah, and Sonia Citron, she's a surprise rookie. Like right now, she's my rookie of the year. She's hooping, man. I love her game out of Notre Dame. I want to say she's number 3 pick. Yeah, number 3 pick to Washington. Yeah, Sonia Citron is hooping, man. She's in the starting lineup. She's doing well. So definitely like that. So that would be my my biggest surprise right now.
Gotcha. Anything else concerning the WNBA?
No, man. Well, we know Caitlin's out for 2 weeks. So we'll but they have a favorable schedule. But they did lose to Washington. I think they still probably should have won against Washington, even though I was just praising Washington. I think Indiana has enough with the pieces they brought in to get that win. And I really believe they need a better backup point guard. I know they got Colston from the Aces, but she's a little bit older. She plays kind of robotic. She's great defensively, but she doesn't really push the ball. She's not gonna make mistakes. She's not gonna beat you or hurt you, but she's also not going to give you what you need. If she's the backup point guard to Caitlin, and Caitlin has to go down, and Caitlin goes down, then you're pretty much stuck. So they're going to have to fix that and get a better backup point guard, in my opinion. I think Colston is a player that that comes in to try to give you a spark. Like I said, plays good defense. But if she has to have a lot of minutes, I think that's a recipe for disaster for them if Caitlin has to miss any more time.
Right. Yeah. What was it? She had a quad?
Quad. Yeah. And and she's been dealing with that the whole off season too. So we'll see.
Okay. Cool. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, brother. That's it.
He is Ryan D'Souza with the NBA and WNBA.
Pulls up 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
Hey, great show tonight, man. Thank you for all those that's with us in the chat, man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, those that came and hung out with us. If this is your first time hanging out with us, man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We do this thing called Parting Shots. Where you guys just say what's on their mind and any goodwill they have. So let's start. We'll start with Mike Mills. Mike Mills, parting shots for this week, sir.
Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody viewing. Shout out to Dan and E, who couldn't be here tonight. Shout out to Takistan. And shout out to the Women's Fantasy League that I'm about to win.
Hey, you doing good, bro. You doing good.
And
set y'all teams. My bad, Mike Mills. Set y'all
teams, man.
Golly,
man. Easy wins, man.
Yeah.
You left some points on the bench tonight. DA left hella points last week.
Me, Mike Mills, Dan, my brother Kamal. Who else?
Yeah, we the only ones. We digging in free agency. Y'all sweet.
We all know who the top 4 teams gonna be. Me, Dan, Mike Mills, and Kamal.
I'm gonna fix that. I didn't set it tonight. You're right. I left some. So I need.
We the only ones on the waiver wire.
I can't help it that these teams, these WNBA teams, they play one game and then the next. I don't see they don't play the next game till later on in the week.
Man.
Just set the lineup for the week, like I said. I keep posting.
Ryan stole Saloon. I was looking at her, but I was like, I don't know. I got too many fours already. She was sitting in there.
She was just sitting there. I'm like, oh my, she's still here? Yeah.
So yeah, Ryan, you're right. Set it for the week. What you can do? What's it called? The quick set or something like that?
You go to quick. Yeah, you go to quick lineup, and then hit rest of matchup, and it'll set the whole thing for the whole week. Now, sometimes if you pick up a player, you gotta do it again because it'll, you know what I'm saying? It'll throw it all off if you pick somebody up. But just go quick setup and hit the rest of the week, and it'll set it right for you, man.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely
look at this. I'm down like 1,700 points.
Of course, dog.
Come on, dog.
So
this is.
And I'll make a reminder. Thank you, Mike Mills, for reminding. But Mike, I'm not gonna let you in just because of that. Because you out here.
Oh, you finna get smoked. That's my whole team
DA,
tomorrow.
Hey, DA, like, man, I ain't checking that stuff. DA.
I don't even know who that is. Y'all talking about who? What?
Hey, man, get it to your son, man. Let him manage it, man.
Oh, he's up in Chicago, man. He ain't trying. He ain't watching it either. So. He's doing the grad school do daddy thing, so he's not looking at it, man. So,
man, hilarious.
Gotcha, man. DA, you can add to your parting shots. What you got for us, sir?
There I go, there I go, there I go, there I go. Pretty baby, you are the soul that snaps my control. There you go.
Okay, you gave us a bar. Then you had some more. Okay, I like that, man. That's DA singing. Yeah.
All right.
D-Dubs, what you got for us, man?
Yo, great show tonight. As
Get
always,
that, Mitch.
You guys are, always bringing it. Nothing too heavy. Everything was good. Shout outs to everybody watching. Like Mike Millie said, Pakistan. Yeah, what's up?
Number one.
What up, though?
225 in the US, 245 in the USA. That's right. We climbing.
Yeah, we we just trying to do it, man. One step at a time, man.
22 in Italy.
Yeah.
All right.
One step
My
at a time.
paisanos, grazie.
See what the Knicks get squeak out and win, but we'll see.
They up by 16.
They don't squeaking out no damn win, man. Y'all up by 19. Hey, I need y'all to get up about y'all damn Knicks. Yeah, squeaking out no win, man.
Yo, this is coming from a guy that betted against his own team, the Houston, whatever the Houston Cougars.
I ain't want to jinx them.
Yeah. So this guy telling me,
no, dog, dude, we all know why they lost. They showed Carl Lewis. They showed Carl Lewis, dog.
Yo, everybody have a great night.
Oh man, Ryan, what you got for us, bro?
No, what I got for y'all. I need y'all to get y'all energy up. You guys are up by 20. You guys are about to force a game 6. You force a game 6.
Look,
you force.
This is what we doing, man. This is what New York.
You force a game 6, and you guys are gonna win game 6. Just don't lose game 7.
Good.
Okay, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
We're gonna give you a bus ticket to New York. One of them Chinese buses to New York. We go put
I understand.
Wait, do they still do the Chinese bus?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what is it still the mega bus?
Why would I don't know what they call them, but I don't know why they wouldn't.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
There's somebody that needs to take the bus for the cheap, man. So hey, shout out to Mega Bus, whatever you were,
yes,
whoever you are now.
Dudes are still broke.
I was there one time. I had to take the bus, bro. Yo,
okay,
it is what it is, man.
Oh, man, it's what it is, man. Yo, Dollar Tree and Aldi's, man. Shout out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you guys just gotta do it, man. So, Mike said, "Nah."
Yes, don't buy no meat. Don't buy.
What you say, Mike?
The bus is where I draw the line.
Okay, so you ain't in Family Dollar.
I'd rather rob the Subway in a triple fat goose than get on that Chinese bus for $40. It's not happening.
Y'all making 300 stops to New York.
Baby's forward.
Yo, man, we gotta go, man. We almost at the 2-hour mark, man. Hey, parting shot for me, man. Hey, great show. Shout out to all those in the comments, man. Thank you so much that's been watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. I don't think we had the Instagram page up, but all those platforms. Thank y'all so much, man. Lovers or haters, as D-Dubs always says, man. We want to know how did I do with my reading this week? Hey,
yeah,
let me know, because somebody's obviously going to let me know this week. They're gonna let me know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take Ryan up on his acting lesson. DA, I might have to do the Toastmasters.
Need some voice training, bro.
I'll send you the Toastmasters. Yeah, I'll take you to
You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to speak like James Earl Jones. You know, hello, how are you today?
Just gotta slow it down, slow your tempo down.
Sometimes I get a little excited. Yeah, I get excited, man. But you know,
with your diaphragm, you know,
but you know, I thought I was doing good. And the thing that I was reading, and God said, "Yo, man, that dude, he was afraid to raise his hand in class."
Listen, man,
hey,
boy, them new fans, they wasn't here in the beginning, so
you got
you're doing better.
He's doing a lot better. I remember when I first came on the show, instead of saying series, he would say serious. The serious.
When he was reading the timeout, it's so and so on the West Coast. Like, oh shit, here we go.
Yo, I'm out, son. I'm out. Remember that? Yo,
man.
6:30 Central Time, 4:30 Pacific.
I have trying to think of an opening, man. Yo,
doing a great job, brother.
Listen, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? It's all about progression, like SGA. Shout out to the day one fans. If y'all remember that, y'all the day one.
Day one fans, yep. When we was no background, we was just crazy looking, and yeah, it was good times, man. Yeah, see, deep about to fall asleep. Yeah, let me get out of here, man. Listen.
Hey, it's that time, brother. You know, one thing go off, it go off.
No chill. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Warren for details, for Ryan D'Souza, for Mike Mills, for the DA, also for the Angry One, James Eric, and Dan, our hockey dude, man. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast, man. Be good, be great, man. Have a blessed and great weekend, man. Yo, we'll catch you on Monday night on the Monday Night Rewind, man. Peace, be good.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.